done.
Okay.
Windows updates are done. Poor timing.
Did they have to restart your computer? It wasn't that serious.
No, I turned it on. It said restarting, but I don't remember doing that. I just turned it off last time, so weird.
I was hoping that my laptop had battery life because I left it down here all day.
Oh, Joe.
I know. But it does. It has plenty of life.
You're fine.
Plenty of life. So, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm fighting some allergies, but I'm okay. I sound probably worse than I am.
You look worse.
I look worse than sound worse. I probably smell worse than I feel.
That's true, but I'm far enough away. It's not so bad.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
We're just going to get into this because I think the new way that we
start
kick this off is our beer of the week, which I hope is this button here. This is the Guinness Zero alcohol. And I'm not like a Guinness guy. We talked about this. I'm not a stout porter guy. You are.
Oh, yeah. I love them.
So what is the specialty with it? We even have the Guinness glasses. What is?
I brought these from home.
What's? How do we do the pour?
So, all right,
let's do a. Is there a special way to pour this?
So there is a widget inside that little ball.
Yeah.
And then you just gotta hold on. I don't want to spill anything. So it cascades. It cascades.
So stupid. Like I already hate it.
The ball. We can see it cascading over that ball, though, right? You can see that cascade.
I just hate the fact that because if you go to a bar and you order, they do the spoon thing, and you got to have like this
shout
special,
out Jenny.
Jenny from Bose. They do the spoon thing.
Yep.
You got to have a special glass. I feel like
Here's
this is so much work here.
I remember what Jenny told us at the bar. Save that widget. Small plastic ball that's placed inside
Oh my God.
get in there. Oh my God. Oh, you ruined it. Now you can't drink it. See it cascade.
Dude, is there a ball in there?
Yeah, I thought you heard it.
It's in the glass?
It's in the bottle. I mean, yeah, in the can.
This is so...
It's a small plastic ball that's placed inside the can during manufacturing. When the can is opened, the widget releases nitrogened beer into the rest of the beer, creating a creamy...
Are you reading something right now?
Yeah, I Googled it.
You're like looking down, but I was like, he Googled that very fast.
Creating a creamy texture and a cascading effect similar to pouring Guinness from a tap.
All right, I see the cascade.
I'll let it do it. Yeah, you gotta let it settle.
Okay.
Same thing when you do like a nitro cold brew coffee. You can't just drink it right away. You gotta let it settle.
You gotta let it settle. I get it.
So
it's just it just feels like when I drink a beer,
you just
I like to
drink
crack and go.
Just Stone Cold style.
Yeah, crack and go. Honestly, a lot of times I just pour it all over myself and call it a night. So how long do we have to let this settle?
I think you're just about there. I think you're good.
Yours is...
Mine's good.
Yours has a giant head on it.
Yeah.
I hear it.
It's going to get... We probably should have got some napkins. It's going to get all over my mustache. My mustache.
I got some because my allergies.
Right.
So I brought
good
some.
call. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Cheers.
I'm so not looking forward to this. Cheers. It's not as bad as I thought, but it tastes...
I know. I can tell the difference.
It tastes weak.
Yeah, it does.
It doesn't taste as
the
full.
initial. It's good. I was like, oh wow, but then it falls off, falls a little flat.
But I mean, if you were, would you ever drink?
No. Well, the best thing about Guinness is that it's only 4.2%, which isn't you have.
Yeah, that's like a Modelo is a 4.2.
Yeah, it's not a ton. You'd think people think like the nitros are like heavy. There's heavier beers.
It's because they're dark.
Yeah, more alcoholic content, but they're really not.
Yeah.
But could I do? I don't know. You remember we used to watch Monday Night Football at Bose, or was it Sunday Night Football? I used to get Guinness all the time.
Yeah, I don't know why. Yeah,
it's
okay. It just doesn't taste as
I don't really
full.
like other stouts. Guinness is usually my go-to.
Yeah.
If they have it on tap, I usually don't get it from a can, but I will.
I didn't even think of them making cans of Guinness. I don't ever.
I have never drinking it from a bottle. They make it in bottles, but I've never drinking it from a bottle.
Now, how do they do that with the pour?
No idea.
You gotta make sure you get your spoon.
I don't know if they pour it.
So we can pour it.
Shout out Jenny at Bose. So the way that you do it, or at least she taught us, And
she taught you, and I wasn't listening because I don't drink
you
it.
knew, you remembered, you saw the spoon.
I know how you do. You gotta, you need tools to drink this beer.
Yeah, she does it, or she did it halfway, let it settle, and then she said a customer told her to do it with the spoon, put the spoon and let it cascade over the spoon. She's the only bartender that ever did that. Anytime I've ever gotten this, so that guy could have been totally wrong, but
yeah, but it does. It has the layer. It has the cascade.
Yeah, I also couldn't tell the difference. It's like when people talk about like the 4K TV, the HD, the Super HD. I'm like, my eyes can't tell the difference.
Yeah,
it all looks the same.
1080 looks like 4K.
Yeah,
until
right.
you make a reel and then it just zooms in and it looks blurry as shit like ours. But you know what? The processing time on 1080 is way faster.
Yeah. So,
but anyway, if you're a Guinness drinker, and you're trying not to be an alcoholic, try their non-alcoholic.
It's not as terrible as I remember my brother telling me, who listens to the show, by the way.
He does.
Darren.
Yep. Shout out Darren. Down in Florida. He's not in the area, is he? Like with the hurricane?
He's West Palm Beach, so he's like East Coast. So it got him, but it was like
not bad.
Yeah, not bad.
Okay.
It hit landfall in the west, and he's on the east. So by the time it got to him, it wasn't terrible.
Gotcha.
He said he listens on 2x speed. I said, that's fine. You can listen on 100 times speed. I don't care.
So we sound like chipmunks.
Yeah. If we just talk really fast now, it'd be like 4 times speed for him. So, yeah.
All right. That's our beer of the week.
Again, the secret formula got out. I don't know.
They all do it now. I got one for next week, too. I didn't buy it yet.
Oh, wow.
But there's another.
Okay.
That acai. I don't know.
Oh, yep.
Asahi. I don't know. Last week when we recorded, we were watching the Tampa Bakers against the Atlanta Kirkins.
Yep.
And Kirk won, threw 509 yards. You know what? I'm just gonna say this. He's a week 5 warrior. Okay. Take your win, buddy, because once the playoffs come.
Primetime Kirk. Prime-timed all over the place.
He threw it 58 times. That ain't going to... Again, look at my whole point. You barely won. You had to go to overtime. You threw it 58 times. You barely won.
Oh, my. 58 times. Did you really throw it that many
42
times?
of 58, 509 yards, 4 touchdowns. Drake London had a huge game, too. 12 catches, 154, and a touchdown. I picked the Bakers. You picked the Falcons.
I did pick the Falcons, and I immediately texted you upon the completion of the game.
Yeah, you did.
Saying 1-0.
My record has gotten worse. We are now, not we, but like me as a we, are officially under 500.
We're going opposite directions. I'm 2 games over 500 for the year. I finished 10-4 last week.
What did I finish? It wasn't good. I think I texted you. It wasn't good. Let me see. 6-8.
Okay.
6-8. Not a great week for me. I'm 38-40 overall.
Yeah, I'm
not great.
40 through 38 and 40. So
we're close. We're close.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm gonna rally on the back end here. But anyway, Falcons win at home. It was a big game. It was Matt Ryan's. I don't know. It was Matt Ryan night.
A circle of trust or something.
Yeah. Tony Gonzalez was there. Chick-fil-A was open.
I know, what a night! What a night for Atlanta.
He did it for all the chicken sandwiches.
That's great. It was a great game for a Thursday night game.
I know. Well, seriously, because Thursday night games are typically not good.
Yep. I stayed up. I've been trying to stay up for the Thursday night games after I get home from here, and it was enjoyable. It was better than the last week's slop fest. What was it, Cowboys and Giants?
Giants, yeah. 20-15.
Yep. Fly Falcons, fly.
Yeah. 3-2, 2-2 at home. The Tampa Bakers are 3-2. I think they're both. I mean, they got to be tied at this point, but I would assume Atlanta's in first place of that division.
I'm not sure. I have not looked at standings.
Let's look at the standings real quick.
They're both 3-2. Oh yeah, you're probably right. They're probably tied. Yeah.
Yep, they are 3-2. They're in first place with a negative point differential too. You don't see that very often.
Who is?
Atlanta has a negative 4 point differential.
Not a good sign.
And they're 3-2. Yep. They barely squeaked that one out.
Yep.
Threw it for 58 times, won in overtime. So
that's
like I said,
58 times.
If you throw it, you throw it over 40. Most of the time, you either lose or you win a close one.
Yep.
Bam. Still stands. Moving on to Sunday. Sunday. Now, I had said, I don't know if I said it to you. I think I said it to somebody else in the world. No, I didn't say we'd have a field day. I said I think on last week I said, sorry, my sound's on. I would trust Rodgers in an overseas game versus the Vikings.
Yep.
Wrongo.
Big wrong.
Wrongo.
Yeah.
And then obviously we found out the news. Was it Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday.
Yep.
Robert Saleh got
Canned.
What
Yep.
do you think about this? Need to hear it. You got a hot take already? Let me hear it.
Well, the thing that I've been talking, I told you I was like thinking this through, is that there's a difference between being a bad team and being a bad franchise. And the Patriots have been a bad team, and they have been teetering towards like the bad franchise stink that's just been covered.
Not yet.
I said teetering. Teetering.
You're not. No, you're not.
Teetering.
Your owner had
5 years. But the Jets,
they're a bad franchise. They are. It was such a Jets move. Yep. It was all I could think was, I was shocked when I read it. I go, no fucking way.
Yeah.
No fucking way. I'm not surprised, but sort of surprised. They're picking Aaron Rodgers. They're favoring Aaron Rodgers, who could retire this year. Mm-hmm. And also, I didn't see the third pick, but I saw 2 of the interceptions because you and I were not around. We were together.
That's
we were watching football on Sunday afternoon.
We'll get to that.
That was And I saw 2 of the interceptions. Dude, they were bad.
Yeah, they're bad. And
they fucking bad.
They could have won at the end, and it was bad.
Robert Saleh was not throwing those picks. I'm sorry.
And the defense has still been pretty good. The offense has
and
been
he's a defensive guy.
Right. But what do you want him to do?
Wasn't he forced to take on Nathaniel Hackett?
That was the theory. That's what the theory is.
And he just got demoted. Sorry.
It's the theory as to why the Broncos got him as their head coach, and then the theory as to why the Jets hired him as the OC because they knew Rodgers was coming. And he also lost his play calling duties because he's the worst OC in the history of OCs. He was the offensive coordinator for Rodgers under Matt LaFleur in Green Bay. He didn't even call the plays there. So what the hell are we doing?
But one of the wideouts on the Jets said that it was a basic offense. That he was running. Yeah, like recently, before Robert Saleh got fired.
Gotcha.
He was kind of roasting and saying it was a very simple offense.
I mean, he had a lower winning percentage than Adam Gase, so I don't know. Was it all his fault? Was it his fault that their backup quarterback last year wasn't like a Joe Flacco and it had to have been like they went back to what's his name? Was that his fault? He's not the GM.
Again, he's not the GM, he's not the owner, and if the Jets, who are kind of a mirror image of Washington before this season, hopefully, what say did Robert Saleh have in drafting Zach Wilson?
Yep.
If it was like Washington, he had none.
Yeah, right.
He had none. So you drafted a kid who, what is he, 3rd string in Denver?
Yeah. And
how was that his fault?
And then the owner went and had a weirdly awkward press conference where he just, like, in my opinion, lied through his teeth.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why I say more on the bad franchise stuff. Obviously, you guys are getting that stink off of you now because the ownership's gone and the Crafts has been good owners, but people are starting to it's starting to wear thin when you're not winning, and then there are concerns over Jonathan Kraft taking over the team eventually because he's not the most popular person. So, like I said, teetering, getting there. But now it's May-Day, so we'll get to that too. Things are looking up. Things are looking up. But the Jets can't get out of their own way.
If I'm a Jets fan, I'm pissed because you basically this season now is thrown away already. Because what are they, 2-3? But they're fighting for first place on Monday night.
If they win on Monday night, they're in first place. So it could happen. They could, but I've never seen. Has any team ever made a deep playoff run after firing their coach? And that's why when they got Aaron Rodgers last year, I didn't care. I knew it wouldn't work out.
I will say, Cheese was also right away not thrilled about getting Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
just because it's kind of like the Peyton thing. You're kind of going all in for maybe a year, possibly 2. Last year, obviously not because he got hurt.
Yeah,
and now you fired your coach 5 weeks in. You're only 2-3. Granted, a couple of bad losses, but the defense has been holding up.
Yep,
it's your offense.
Yeah,
and really, it's Rodgers has only played 5 games in this offense, and he is 40. So instead of letting it develop, you're like, oh, it's the coach's fault. Mm-hmm. Like, if I'm Robert Saleh, I'm like, thank you, football god.
Yeah, someone's going to have a really good defense next year. A team right now who has a really bad defense, like a Cincinnati, he's going to hire him and immediately get a really good defense.
100%. If I'm him, I'm not sweating this at all.
No.
But anyway.
I think we both picked the Jets thinking they would travel better. They did not. They blew it. I did try, knowing that we were going to be unavailable at 1 o'clock, I did try to watch as much of this game as possible. It's just another ugly London game.
I hate them. More than the Thursday night games, I hate the London game. Yeah. I hate the overseas games.
Yeah, we have one. Not this week, the next week.
You guys have a 9:30?
London, yep.
Who are you playing?
The Jaguars, who are there 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, I just going to say, they're playing this week, too, over there.
So they're going to be there for a full week, chilling.
They did that last year, though.
Yeah. Chilling.
Right.
And we're going to go over there, jet-lagged.
It's
still win, because Drake May. I think I'm picking them next week. Not this week, the next week.
We'll get to it.
Yep.
We'll get to it.
Who do you have in this game before we think it is kicked off?
I picked the Niners of 40.
Same here. Santa Clara.
Oh, look
at that dynamic kickoff.
They got they're wearing the old schools, both
nice.
of them.
Nice.
I do like the Niners old school, though.
Yeah, I do too.
The Seahawks not bad. It reminds me too much of like the 80s. But every now and then to see like the throwbacks come out, Washington can't do that because,
Right.
It's racist.
Well, that's why I still believe what anniversary jersey was it? I talked about this on this program before.
The 75th anniversary.
Burgundy. Yeah, I love those. Those are my
Everybody loved those.
Whenever I played Madden, I would put them in it.
Yeah. I will say,
let's do it now.
Historically, I was not a fan of bringing back the gold pants a few years back, if you remember, under the Bruce Allen days. They brought that back. Not a fan. Wasn't a fan. I think, for some reason, because I think I hate their new uniforms so much, I don't mind them.
Yeah.
I don't mind them now.
All right.
Because when they were doing it before, they didn't. They had like their old school, their regular uniforms, but then they had those full time. Now that they have the Commander shit, those jerseys, they're ugly. So now when I see the gold pants, I'm like, okay. Like now it's a nice throwback because the other ones are so shitty.
Did you see the expansion hockey team out of Utah?
No.
The Utah Hockey Club.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah, they're doing it for 1 year.
Okay.
Until they get their stuff in order, I guess.
Where are they going to be?
I don't know. They haven't announced it yet.
No ideas?
Oh,
not throwing any names out?
I haven't seen anything.
The Jazz.
I didn't even know
the Symphony.
I didn't even know that they existed. I didn't even know that there was a new expansion team until actually I was texting Cheese because we're talking about the Yankees, and he's like, "Oh yeah, the new Utah team," because I didn't realize it was an NHL. I thought it was preseason because he said he was watching. I was like, "Oh, preseason, that's the
yeah."
I'm like, "Oh shit!" And then he's like, "Yeah, the new Utah team plays." I'm like, who?
Wow, I'm out of the loop.
Yep.
Also, any chance of a Subway Series part 2?
It's possible.
It's looking decent.
Yep.
When do they play Game 4?
Tomorrow, I think. The Mets have already advanced to the NLCS. I did watch a bit. It's so funny. I was watching they're playing right now. Holy smokes, I'm an idiot. Yankees are up 1-0 in the bottom of the first. I was watching the Padres-Dodgers game that night. I was texting Cheese, and it was 6-5. The Dodgers hit a grand slam in the third inning to make it 6-5, and then I went to bed. In the final score, 6-5.
There you go.
I watched the entire game through 3.
Perfect.
Baseball sidetrack.
Little sidetrack. That's okay.
Yeah.
I don't keep up on it as much, but I now that it's playoffs, I kind of will look at scores anyway. Okay. Bears over the Panthers. I think we both picked the Bears.
Did you sure did.
Yeah. Caleb, 20 of 29, 304 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Yep. Also, I should throw out the Jets game. Look how many passes Rodgers threw.
How many?
54.
Hey, holds true.
Yep.
Holds true.
Yep.
Every time.
We should keep track of that. But yeah, Bears. As you mentioned, we were unavailable for these 1 o'clock games. So there wasn't much football watching going on. Where were we, Joe?
You want to get into this now?
Yeah, where were we? Oh, because I'm looking at all these. I'm like, I can't say anything about many of these.
I know. I tried to. I did because thank God I have the YouTube because I was watching Washington.
Yep.
Not the whole time. Sporadically, I would throw it on.
Yeah.
Get a little glance.
Yep.
Because Maurice, I can't even throw you under the bus because it was my idea.
It's your idea.
I got an email a few weeks ago about this Character Con, which is a convention at Mulligan's Island in Cranston. Mm-hmm. And it was they had a ton of bouncy houses. Like it was a bigger to do than I thought. I thought there would be like a little hack thing. Yep. It wasn't. It was all food trucks, bouncy houses. There's little characters. They had to take pictures with every character they saw.
It was great because we got there like right on time, right as it started. We printed out this tickets thinking we'd get expedited, like the email said. Did they even look?
No, and me and Jess were talking about this. What a scam, because they didn't even look. They didn't look at our phone. They didn't look at the printouts. And it was $60.
Yeah.
Each.
Yep.
We could have just walked right in.
Yeah.
Just let me see your hand. Just stamp your hand. And yeah, you're good. Keep going.
Yeah, we got there nice and early, so the bouncy houses were actually pretty clear when we first got there. Braden went bananas. That kid loves a good bouncy house. My God, he was loving that. And then we went looking for the characters. Because he didn't want to see the characters at first. I'm like, he's never going to see a character.
Yeah.
But then he wanted to try to find Sky from Paw Patrol. I was like, buddy, I don't think she's here, dude. I think it's only Chase and Marshall. And he wanted to take a picture, but then the line was really long. And then Ella found Elmo. And then Braden just started turning into a massive crank.
Yeah.
It was time to go.
I know. I think the last time I saw you was at the bounce house that they were all in at one point. And then I think I don't know what happened. We just
I saw you from afar.
Disappeared.
We were under the tent, and I saw you. I was like, oh, I should go tell him. And then Braden, we're probably going to leave soon. And then Braden was losing it. We tried to get him to cool off and stuff. Too,
yeah.
Tent. So I was like, you know what, buddy, we'll get you your donuts, and then we're getting out of here.
Yeah.
Executive decision. So I only watched a very quick YouTube. Well, I brought myself the YouTube TV for the Patriots. Only watched a little bit, and then we'll get back to the rest of the game later. But I didn't watch any of these 1 o'clock games.
No, none of them.
So Bears beat the Panthers. Panthers, they had that one little bump from your boy Andy, and then
your boy Andy,
our boy, the boy,
yours,
the league's boy.
Caleb quietly had a good game. See, it's you know what I don't love the Caleb hate. Yeah, we don't know what he's gonna be. People are shitting on him because he's buying a mansion and he paints his fingernails. Who gives a shit? Who cares? Yeah. Look at that kind of a game.
Right.
People have to remember because he has more weapons than some of these other guys.
Right.
Like Jaden included. So they expect, he's gonna be, and then when he doesn't show out, it's like, he's.
That's what I was also wondering. Like, what was DJ Moore complaining about? It's like, dude, it's like a game into the season. Fucking relax, man.
5 catches, 105 yards, 2 touchdowns. Just give him.
Yeah. Just
give him time.
Right.
Give him time.
Right.
He ain't my quarterback, but fucking.
He's fine.
Give him time.
Paint your fingernails all you want.
I don't give a shit. Just fucking win. I don't care what you do. But dye your hair, paint your fingernails. I don't give a shit. Paint your face. Like actually, that's what took the longest over there. Yeah. We were in line for like 35 minutes.
Wow.
To get the face painted.
Yeah.
Both of them. And I was like, after that, I think we're done. I don't know who was losing it more. Out of the 4 of us? Like, at least you guys, it was maybe just Braden. Between the 4 of us, I don't know which one was losing it the most.
Yeah, Ella can rally, but then Braden starts losing it, and then Jessica starts to lose it, and then I lose my patience.
It's a spiral.
Like, and everything spirals out of control. I did catch the end of this game because it went to overtime. Yeah, that Bengals defense is so bad.
Oof.
Their offense is so good. Like Joe Burrow's had an amazing last few games.
Yeah,
5 touchdowns, but you lost.
So it was funny because you see the numbers that Kirk put up, and he was Mel's now in our league. He was on the bench, and I go, "Oh, dude." You had Cousins.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden Burrow goes out and scored like 2 more points than Cousins. I was like, all right, never mind.
I tried trading. In my other league, I asked someone if they wanted to trade for Dak because I played Jaden.
Yep.
And he had Joe Burrow. I was like, yeah, he hasn't been that good. And then he had an amazing game. So that's not happening. Bengals should have won this game, but they missed a 50. Well, that's the thing, too, is these teams, I've noticed this at the end of these games, they're lollygagging it for those, thinking every kicker on the planet could just hit a 50-yard field goal.
Yeah.
And this dude whiffed.
Yeah.
Pretty. It wasn't really close.
Yeah.
So I like that they put him. They're putting some kickers in a bad spot, just to
not move the ball further because you don't think they need to.
Yeah, I feel like they could have gotten at least 5-10 more yards.
That's a big difference when you're kicking.
Yeah. Yep.
You know.
Yep.
But they are 1-4, 0-3 at home. All right, so now I get the extra game. Now there's 17. 1-4, 0-3 at home. How worried are you?
They're done. Yeah, they got to be done, right?
That's tough. That's tough. Like in that division, you got to figure like the only team worse is Cleveland.
Yeah, I mean the rest of the league is kind of actually maybe they might not be in trouble because the AFC East is in shambles with the Dolphins, the Jets, obviously the Patriots. No one expected them to do anything. Their division isn't faring much better, And the AFC South kind of stinks too with the Jaguars.
So they might have a shot.
They have a shot.
They have to rally. But 1-4, I think if you're any other team, other than because people, even the power rankings, the Bengals are up there. I mean, that's a close game against a good Ravens team.
Yeah.
If you're any other team that's 1-4, you don't have a shot. But because it's the Bengals and they're loaded with talent.
Yeah.
Like, it's not that bad. I will say though, Derrick Henry had another good game. He is the missing piece.
Yeah.
That Ravens team is. They needed a run game.
I'm feeling a little better about my Super Bowl pick. So I'm glad because they started. They were 1-2 to start. So yeah, they're rolling now.
Also, Jamar Chase had a monster game. 10 catches, 193, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah. Patriots game, like I said, watched a little bit of it on the YouTube on my phone for like a hot minute. It's funny we actually saw a Giants fan there too. He said he could watch the Giants. On the way home, we listened on the radio, and I don't know about you, but I'm a fan of listening to sports on the radio. Like, I used to work nights, and like 90% of the 2008 Celtics season, I listened on the radio.
Yeah.
From when I used to work at the bank.
Yeah.
So I enjoy it. I don't hate it. You hate it?
I don't listen to it much. I do have XM, so I could have listened to Washington, but I think by the time we left, it was, I don't know. I think it was probably over.
It was hilarious hearing how mad Scott Zolak was getting at like the play calls and this, some of the coaching decisions, whatever. I mean, it's all in the past now because Drake May is starting next week.
I picked you guys to win thinking that Miami is dead in the water, and little did I know, 15-10 stink fest in New England.
Big old smelly stink. Again, I don't think we've thrown it over 150 yards in like a single game. Huntley was terrible. Stevenson,
he had one big run.
Yeah, he had one big run. He was benched to start because of the fumble issues, but then your boy Gibson also has fumble issues. He didn't fumble, but like he also has had that in his career. It was at home. It was just a bummer for the people who went to the game. I'm just glad May is gonna be playing the game we're going to.
You hope.
Yeah, right. Don't put the evil on him. But it was just bad. It was another bad one. Like
again,
terrible.
But you know what? The whole thing with Drake, you have a team that's 4-13, 0 expectations.
Yeah.
This is the best time for him to get rookie reps because nobody fucking cares. Right. It's like Jaden. Jaden's 2.
Yep.
They get drafted number 2. They're also 4-13 with a new coach.
Yeah.
0 fucking expectations. And I'm not saying that they both could have been 4-1, but if I'm a Patriots fan, I'd rather be fucking 1-4 with Drake starting all 5 of those games. He's getting live reps with no expectations. Mm-hmm. You can't say, oh, well, the O-line's not great. We're trying to protect them. Because you could say that forever.
Right. Yeah, it's stupid. And Lowe, actually, Darian Lowe, like our 4th left tackle, had a pretty good game. He was the highest graded PFF left tackle this week. The coaching decisions continue to baffle me. They got the ball inside the 10 at the end of the first half. This is what I was reading afterwards, and they ran it in the first play, got 8 yards, so 2nd and 2. Yeah, and then they passed it twice, 2 incomplete passes, and then punted it, and the Dolphins got a field goal. Bad decision.
Sweet baby race.
Very end of the game, which I did watch because we were home by this time. They're on the 12-yard line, only need to go in to score. They were averaging 7 yards per carry, like 7.2, which is a franchise record.
Yeah,
running it, and they passed it 4 times in a row and lost.
That just reminded me when you said that about the run. I think it was the early game because I was actually watching it. The Jets had like a 3rd and 2. They ran it on like a delayed handoff, missed it. 4th and 2, ran it again, missed it. I'm like, what are we doing here? On a 3rd and 2? What are we doing?
What are we doing?
I don't know. But, yeah, Drake May is starting for the Patriots. We'll see who you got next week.
Yeah, and it was like from the 12-yard line. They didn't even throw it to like get more yards. And they had 3 timeouts, I should add. So they could have ran it. So and they just threw. They threw it 3 times in a row into the end zone. One of them was a poke catch that he stepped out of bounds. It was a bad pass. So, again, I'm just happy now. The future is here. I can't wait to watch Drake.
5 weeks too late, in my opinion. I just don't get it. When you have, I mean, if you're going to have a top pick, you're probably having a shitty record.
Right.
But also, you're coming off of a team that drafted a kid and it didn't work out. Mm-hmm. There's no expectations. Yeah. This is the perfect time to get reps.
Yep.
Live reps.
I'm excited to talk about it next week, although you guys are not Thursday Night Football next week. week. So, yeah, very excited. Very excited. I'll be there, 1 o'clock, with bells on.
Fair enough.
Yep.
Moving on to my beloved Washington Redskins.
Yeah, man, I picked them.
Did you? You
Sure
did. You
I
did.
started Jaden Daniels. He outscored Dak this week.
Hey, 14 to 25, 238.
Yeah. Look at you guys scoring 30 points a week.
You know
Sometimes
what?
40.
So on the, I think it was the opening drive.
What is it?
It was a nice drive.
Yep.
And he actually threw a pick like at the goal line. So that score could have been worse. It could have been 41. But he throws a pick, so it's his second pick he threw on a drive where they're about to score. They're in the red zone. He threw it like at the goal line or within the first couple of yards. Didn't matter. Goes back, regroups, and has a nice game. The Browns and Deshaun Watson, I think they're dead.
They're washed.
I think they're dead.
Yep.
Unfortunately.
Yep.
Well, fortunate, I guess, for Browns fans because they got to find a way out of that contract.
Yeah, and he just settled his latest lawsuit, so I don't freaking know. I don't know. The guy has more settled lawsuits and touchdown passes this year.
For the clips that I watched, not good.
No.
I don't
terrible.
know what you're paying for. Again, he's cashing in off that one season with the Texans before he was suspended.
He's playing as bad or worse than Jacoby was.
Oh, yeah.
So it's
terrible.
like, but also, you're paying him because of the contract, but why? You're paying him either way. Spend him.
Yeah, seriously.
It's not my money, but fuck.
The highest scoring offense in the league is the Washington Redskins. They took the lead. And I don't know if it's number 2 or not, but I think the Ravens are up there.
Okay, makes sense.
And that's who we're playing on Sunday.
Oh, yeah, take the over.
Terry had another good game, 4 catches, 112 yards. 34-13, it was, they had like a late touchdown. It was 34-6 most of the way in the fourth quarter.
So how is it? Like, what are you guys doing? I mean, I know you didn't watch the beginning of it, but like, what's this like? As someone who hasn't experienced this in a long time.
The last time we did this was 2008. We went 4-1 under Jim Zorn, who was hired to be the OC. He was a quarterback coach. Got hired to be the OC. They couldn't find an actual head coach, and they promoted him to head coach. And I'm not sure, but I don't even think we made the playoffs that year.
Yeah.
At starting 4-1. It's very rare. I think the last time we started 5-1 was
but these aren't like
96.
Yeah, this is a different 4-1. You're not winning these by one score.
Yeah.
Coming down to the wire.
Yeah.
Freak plays, like the Vikings from a couple of years ago. This is a legit 4-1. And well, this is.
And again, they lost to Tampa, who's a playoff team.
Yep.
I mean, they probably should be better than. I think they're 3-2. They should be better than they are. But they've also had a kind of a core group of guys.
Yep.
And we're going up against our secondary. Still not the best.
Yeah.
Our defense has played better. I think that offense has given them.
Yeah,
that also, hope that we were talking about.
Right, and now you have a defensive head coach who I'm sure is scheming them up, putting his own stuff on it. And, I mean, he was a good defensive coach with the Cowboys last year. He turned them around.
Yeah, he did.
Legion of Boom, Falcons, he's done it all over the place. So
we got to just hold on to Cliff.
I know. Some college is going to come calling.
Don't leave. Don't leave. Oh, somebody from, who were we playing a couple weeks ago? Bengals?
Did you guys play the Cardinals too?
Yeah, we did. I think it was the Bengals game though, and one of their defensive backs said that we run like a college offense.
Oh,
4-1.
You can't stop one. Can't stop a college offense. That's more of an insult to yourself than the other team.
And I think Jaden is the first quarterback to throw for 1,000 yards and run for 250 yards through 5 weeks.
He's definitely the lead, the front runner for Rookie of the Year so far.
Crazy. Rumblings early on. MVP conversation.
Oh, wow.
Not even Rookie of the Year. We're talking MVP, which is crazy. I think they said only Jim Brown. There's only one person that went Rookie of the Year and MVP.
Yeah, probably.
So I don't know. We're getting ahead of ourselves.
Yeah,
I'll take the 4-1.
Slow down.
Slow it down.
I'm not taking that futures bet.
But also, I think he won 4 out of 5 weeks. He won Rookie of the week.
Yeah, he's won everything. I think he's won 4 or 5 or something like that. Yeah. Yep.
Oh, we'll see. Yeah. I'm happy. I'm 4-1. We're in the lead. We take it week by week.
Week by week.
Just stay on the gas. That's all I can say.
I like it.
We both picked the Jags to get their first win against the Colts. We were both right in a fucking close one. I did not think that there was going to be this many points, but Jags get their first win at home against the Colts.
Did Richardson play?
No.
Okay, that's why they scored 34 points.
Yeah. It was.
I really think we said that. Like we were both on the fence. Like if Anthony Richardson plays, and he's playing, I think he's back this week, which is why I'm probably not going to pick them. But yeah,
look at the score going into the fourth quarter. It was 20-10, and then the Colts scored 24 points. The Jags scored 17.
What is it? That's a wild fourth quarter.
It was 20-10 going into the fourth, and they almost blew it. But anyway, Jags got their first win, 1-4. Moving on, I did pick the Texans to be my Joker pick. I was wrong about this. It was Josh Allen versus Stephon Diggs in Houston.
Yep. So this one, I listened back to the show and I said live on air that it was a coin flip. And I said, because you picked the Bills, I said, just be different. I'm going to pick the Texans.
Fair. Yes, so you did.
I did pick the Texans. It doesn't really count, but I'm counting it. So, yeah. I mean,
well, you did pick them.
Yeah. And what's his name? Josh Allen got his head smashed. Another weird, like, mini controversy with the head going down, bouncing off. And
I didn't see this.
Looking little concussed, came right back in the game, and then finished 0 for 7.
Yikes.
So,
Yikes, I didn't see this.
Yeah.
Well, look at Stroud's numbers. 38, 331 yards, a touchdown.
I was starting to think, like, does he play it too safe? With, like, he never throws interceptions because he's always playing it cool, playing it safe. And is that going to get it done? I don't know.
Who's their OC?
I don't know. It was off the top of my head. They said he was getting some head coaching, like, thoughts, but he's still young, but I can't remember who it is.
It's
you guys might have looked at him too.
Yeah, Slowick, Bobby Slowick.
Yeah.
I believe. I picked moving on. I picked the Raiders over the Broncos. Completely wrong here. The Broncos, Bo Nix had 19 of 27, 206 yards, 2 touchdowns. The big news this week is the Raiders also benched the greatest backup in the league, Minshew, for Aiden O'Connell.
Where he belongs. I picked the Broncos in this game because they're at home.
Because it was a toss-up. Yep. I just didn't have much faith. Again, I thought Minshew versus Knicks, division game, but it was a stink fest. 10 points in the first quarter, 8 points in the fourth quarter.
Yep.
Not much going. They're 2-3. Broncos are actually 3-2 here.
Yeah. And now with that third wild card spot, which I know it's been a couple of years now, but I keep forgetting about it. Those, I'm looking and I'm thinking of like the Bengals because they're 1-4. Like, who are the teams that they're going to fight for that spot? And it's like the Broncos because they're not going to win the division.
Right.
The Bills, Jets, depending on who wins that division. So, yeah, there is opportunity there for them to take that. I don't know. We'll see. But some crappy team is going to slide in the 7th seed. And
I do like that they do that because I maintain that because there's not that many teams.
The 1 seed, yeah.
The 1 seed should be the only one who gets the pass.
Sure.
I maintain that.
Yeah.
I picked the Niners at home against the Cardinals. 1 point loss there. Gotta love it. They're 2-3 now.
Yeah.
Still riddled with injuries.
Yep.
There's no sign on CMC coming back.
I know.
So I don't know what's going on with that. Ayuk had a big game, 8 catches, 147.
Yeah, they might be in trouble. I mean, if they lose the game 2-4, and Seahawks are 3-1 right now, or 3-2.
It's another division loss.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening. What's going on? What is going on in Santa Clara? Probably the injuries.
It's got to be the injuries because I mean they're also playing deep into the playoffs.
Yeah,
every year.
That's a good point.
And I know it's not like basketball and hockey because the seasons don't go as long. But when you're playing for an extra, 3 games,
yeah, it's true.
It's also like the mental side of it. But
they're
still riddled with injuries. That's a bad loss though at home against a team like
they had it. I thought they were driving at the end to like take a 2-score lead. I don't know if there was a turnover or what because I was watching on the ticker and Cardinals.
Well, it looks like they were up 23-10.
Yeah.
And then just didn't score in the second half at all.
Yeah.
Yikes.
They blew it.
Not good.
Nope.
Packers over the Rams in wherever the Rams are. Lost saying 24-19. I didn't see much from this game.
No, I had the Packers just because I feel like the wheels are falling off the Rams. They don't really have, besides Kyron Williams, they don't really have much to offer. They're just
no Cooper, no Puka.
Nope. Yep.
And Stafford Stafford still plays well, but he's getting up there. And if he doesn't have his main weapons,
there was talks of him retiring after last year. So we'll see what happens. And same with McVay. Like they people say he might retire young now that he has a Super Bowl. But
I wonder what he would do though.
Probably TV.
Really? Like at his age, wouldn't you want to just try to keep going?
Well, yeah, I mean,
maybe with a different organization.
If he has like a young family, he doesn't want to be up at 2 o'clock till 2 o'clock in the morning, unless he's Antonio Pierce and he's just scrolling Instagram,
he's checking thoughts on the gram.
And now listen, you can thought it up all you want. You do you, girl or boy,
in March
or boy,
whatever your choice is.
Yeah, exactly.
But
if you're a head coach, yes, in your head, yes, exactly.
Before the draft, after the Super Bowl.
You're a head coach looking at thoughts, boy or girl, or anything in between. Stop. Coach your team.
Yeah. I don't.
You're on my time.
I just want to imagine again that they're at the facility watching tape until midnight minimum.
Yep.
And they drive home and they go to bed.
Yeah.
And then they wake up 3 hours later.
Watch more film. What did you
do it again?
He needs dual monitors, one for the Instagrams and one for the tape.
Don't be distracted. I mean, I don't even like it when players do it. Like you were saying about LeBron shutting down the social media in the playoffs. Yeah. I mean, maybe he should turn it on because he doesn't play very well in the postseason. But I also respect the fact that it's like, get the distractions out of here. You're in season. Football's not that long. It's only 17 weeks.
I know. You're fine. 17 weeks of turning off your phone.
And especially him, he was kind of gifted that job because of the situation.
Yep.
But anyway.
Yep.
But I digress. Also, look at how many times Stafford threw the football. 45 times. Oh. Holds true. Holds true every time. Giants over the Seahawks.
Upset of the week.
Crazy. I was saying that the travel cross country would not benefit the Giants. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But apparently it didn't matter because the Giants squeaked out a win. They looked lifeless, and I think that, 2 in a row?
Yeah.
2 in a row for the G-men?
Yeah, I don't even know what to think about this one. I just saw it and was just shocked. Geno Smith revenge game. Not so revengey.
Nope.
At home, too.
Malik didn't play. He had a concussion. Blake Neighbors didn't play.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I thought you were talking about Malik. What's it from Tennessee?
Neighbors didn't play. He had a concussion.
Wow, that's right. I forgot about that. So I don't know what the hell happened here.
You would have thought that it would be even worse, but it wasn't.
Yep.
Also, look how many times Geno threw the ball. And you can say the same about Dak because you look at the score. It's 20-17. It was a close game. Yep. I picked the Steelers. And honestly, it was closer than I thought it was going to be, really, because I picked the Steelers like, they're at home. Dallas is kind of not playing as well as they did last season. Like, they could win this. And they almost freaking did.
Yep. Best thing about this game, it was the Mo's money pick first. And it hit, baby. It hit. 2-team parlay.
2-team parlay. You were very excited about this one.
Very excited.
You'd never get excited about Dallas.
I had lost 2 weeks in a row, maybe 3. Yeah. And I needed one. And not only did I get one,
you got 2. You rallied.
2. So
that's what you call a rally.
Yep. So like Vegas always wants, you lose a couple weeks and then you make the money back.
Bam.
And you're back at it.
And you just
So Ravens, thank you Bengals for missing that 50-yard field goal, and then thank you Steelers for.
Did you put a call in for them to miss that field goal?
Sure did. Vegas made the call. Vegas made it. They knew a lot of money was changing hands with that missed field goal. So that was the first 2-team, like not even just Mo's money pick. That's the first. I had a 3-team a few weeks ago that I got 2, missed 1.
Yeah,
first one I've hit. So that was I enjoyed
that. Maybe we gotta up it. Maybe we gotta try for that.
Whoa. Now we're talking.
Hot take.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Dak had a good game. 29-42, 352, 2 touchdowns. But again, throw it over 40. Close game or you lose.
Yep.
Didn't watch really any of this game.
No.
The Chiefs on Monday night over the Saints 26-13. The big news here, Derek Carr got hurt. I don't know. He's not playing on Sunday. Spencer Rattler's playing.
Right. There's another rookie quarterback. Well, not rookie quarterback yet, but another young quarterback playing one of these games. I can't remember which one it was, though. But also the funny thing about this is, like, they lose Pacheco. They put in Kareem Hunt, 27 carries.
Ridiculous.
Touchdown.
And look at your boy Juju.
Yeah.
Why couldn't you do that? Well, he didn't have a quarterback to throw the ball last year.
Mac Jones.
Patrick Mahomes. Not exactly the same.
There was another weird penalty call on this one. I don't know if I want to get into it. It happened, but
yeah, I heard.
Cool.
I heard that.
It was like it was a run. It was an off tackle to the left. The Chiefs were running to the left, and like the left defensive end on the other side of the field got called for a holding, and then they didn't show a replay.
I'm going to just say this.
It was very strange.
If there is any conspiracy here, the Chiefs don't need your help.
Right.
Because even if they're, like, typically this season, they haven't been beating teams by a big margin. They're not blowing teams out, but they're still winning. I mean, very quickly, they're 5-0.
Yeah. The Saints were a fun little story to start the season, but that has very quickly dissipated.
2-3, and then you got a rookie coming in. Not to say that he couldn't go out there and win, but also. Saints were one of the teams that were talking about Devontae Adams, and I think that market, like the Ayuk market, has changed dramatically because there was a number of teams as of yesterday that were out on him, Washington included, which nothing against him, but I don't want to tie up that kind of money when we're already winning.
Right.
Not to say we couldn't win more or better. I mean,
sometimes you get a good thing going. You don't want to rock the boat.
If the Jets end up making a trade there, it's just gonna complete the story.
I know
of the implosion that's gonna happen there.
You know how many places can you be disgruntled? You know, like
before it's you.
Yeah,
maybe it's you.
Yes, like Randy Moss, wherever he went, he was disgruntled.
Kyrie, James Harden.
Yeah.
Everywhere they go, they're
a-hole
just
in the morning, a-hole in the and you're probably a-hole. Yep,
could say that too about your boy Rogers with the coaches.
Oh, for sure,
he's had run-ins with coaches.
I mean, him and McDaniel. Well, he also got like weirder as he got older and became like more like smelling his own farts. But him and McCarthy lasted together for like a long time.
Right, but then towards the end, it got a little weird, and then there was it could have just been rumors, but him and LaFleur. They said they were good, but there was also, people forget, there was some like potential rifts there.
Yeah.
He swears there's nothing.
Where there's smoke, there's fire.
That's what I say too. It's not just a one-off.
Yeah. It's a pattern of behavior here, Aaron. Aaron.
Kinda. And it's also like, it's very typical for it to happen under the Jets. The Jets are one of those franchises. And in the Dan Snyder era, that's a Washington move too. I'm not just shitting on the Jets.
Yes.
Like that is, like, that's why when they got Rodgers, Cheese wasn't thrilled because it's like, what the fuck?
Right.
Because the dream for every team is to get a Mahomes, to get a Brady, to get a Manning, Peyton, but also I guess Eli too. Is to get the guy that keeps you competitive for like years.
Yep.
Not this veteran that's on his way out.
Yeah, I feel like that's the success of that is like a newer thing with Manning and Brady. They're like they're exceptions to the rule. Getting older, still playing at a top level at 44 years old. Like Manning did it with the Broncos, and then Brady did it with the Bucks. But leading up to that, those end of career dudes like Joe Montana to the Chiefs, didn't work out. Trying to think of some Brett Favre to the Jets, to the Vikings.
He had a good run with the Vikings that 1 year.
They threw that interception in the playoffs. Like it didn't work out. Who are some other examples? Even freaking Joe Namath went to the Rams. People forget. Yeah. You know? I think Unitas played somewhere else too. Typically doesn't work out, those twilight years playing on a different team.
No, because I think Manning and Brady are the only two that have won Super Bowls with two different teams. At least starting. You could, maybe there's a backup out there.
Yeah, Kurt Warner was very close with the Cardinals.
He was.
But that was the only other one I can think of off the top of my head.
And that's not to say, like, Rodgers he's only 5 games into this stint. It's not to say that he's not catching on, but also, you don't have much time. There was 2 interceptions that were really bad.
Yeah, it's not a good sign.
But I just think the whole franchise is dysfunctional.
Yeah.
Like when Peyton went to Denver, they weren't in disarray.
Like you could be a good team, bad franchise.
Right. They're a bad franchise. So if you're an older quarterback, you may want to go to a better franchise. Like even Tampa. Tampa was never a bad franchise. Neither was the Broncos. But you went to the Jets.
Yeah.
Not great.
Right.
Not great.
Yes. Not great,
Bob. Nope. Teams on bye this week were the Lions, Titans, Eagles, and Chargers.
Nice.
Let us. Do you have a hot take?
When you mentioned earlier, she was on my way out. She was saying it out loud. She was telling it to me, but it was like long. I was like, "Can you just text it to me?" She's like, "Yes, I'll text you." Haven't gotten it yet.
Are you kidding?
No, I'm not kidding you.
Did you text her to ask her?
I did text her to ask her.
All right. Let's run over to the fantasy corner. Let's hear the fantasy corner.
So I'm 5-0 in Jesus League.
It's ridiculous, dude.
So I was down going into the Monday night game, but I had my kicker, Mr. Butker from the Chiefs, and I was down by like 40, 50. I'm like, I'm gonna win that game. And I'm actually playing Jessica this week, and my boy Butker scored me a good 45 points and won me my matchup.
Nice.
Yep.
I got back on the winning train last week. I'm trying to look at last week, though.
Matchup back a week.
How do I do that?
Wait, what did I do? Oh, no.
Sorry.
You go to my team.
Yeah.
And then you go back a week right here. Boop.
Oh, okay. I had Lamar. Lamar got me 58 points.
Yeah, he did.
I got Mason. I will say this. Early on, it was week 1 or 2. I saw Mason put up big numbers when CMC was out. Picked him up off waivers.
That was a good one.
And he has performed very well. Your boy Stevenson got me 38. Almost traded him a couple weeks ago. Last week.
Wow.
I just wanted to, because he was kind of screwing me.
Oh, sure, with the fumbles, yeah.
And I was like, I could use another wideout because Tyreek hasn't performed because he doesn't have a quarterback. And Devontae's been out the last 2-3 weeks. Malik had a concussion. So I'm thin at wideout. And Melissa decided to not trade Pittman for Stevenson. And now Pittman.
Oh, no.
She texted me the other day. She goes, I'll trade you Pittman. And I looked, I was like, he's out for like 3 weeks. No thanks. But anyway, I'm back on the winning train there. And then my other league, I started out 0-3. I won the last 2. So I'm 2-3. Right now, I'm playing Liam this week. The Saturday morning pancakes. So I'm projected to win, but you never know.
Yeah,
I'm too early on.
I'm actually playing Jessica this week, who's sitting at a robust 1-4. Although she's projected to beat me, so I get
your first loss of the season.
There are. Oh, James Cook is questionable. It's because Butker's on bye. That's why I gotta. Yeah, I have some. Oh yeah, that's why. I forgot he's on bye this week. That's a big one. Kicker being on bye.
In the cheese league, it's everything.
And my money league, which I played on sleeper, it's not looking good. It's really not looking good. I broke 100, which is nice. Like Debo's not playing. Oh, he just got a touchdown. Oh shit! It literally just happened. I was just looking at his points. This is 2.6.
Oh wow!
I was like, oh, he's not doing anything. Boom!
Bam! There you go. What is it? I can't see the Seahawks score. 10 what?
0.
Okay,
0.
10-0.
So that should update soonish. But he hadn't been doing great. Laporta hasn't been great. There it goes. Debo 16.7. Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah.
That was a big one too.
Yeah, that was huge. I just literally just looked up at that happened. But we'll see what happens in that league. But yeah,
the glue.
Yeah, I'm not feeling great about it. But Jessica did get back to me. She was looking for the Northern Lights, so she missed my text message.
How's your fantasy corner? Let's go to the hot take.
Okay. Oh, this is good. Okay, Jessica has the New England Patriots winning this week, and Drake is going to throw for 3 touchdowns. I said what I said.
The problem is, ready for it?
Yeah.
To who?
Okay, well, that's good.
I'm just saying because who you got?
I
know
Polk
he has the separation.
He's got some separation, Joe.
You got separation anxiety.
He should have had a touchdown in that game, but Jacoby threw such a bad ball, he had to go up for it.
Listen, Drake is going to at the very least, extend the field with his throws. Yeah, he's going to try to shoot to that range where Jacoby's not going to do.
Everyone talks about the pressures and the pressures and the pressures, and this drives me bananas because if this program existed 5 years ago, I would have been saying this about Russell Wilson, who always got sacked. Yeah. How it was like hurries and pressures are also a quarterback-driven stat because he got rushed all the time in Seattle, and it was never his fault. He went to the Broncos, and everyone's like, "Oh my God, their offensive line is so good." What happened?
Yeah.
If you listen to this program last year,
right.
he got rushed a shit ton because it was him.
Yeah.
He runs around, not quite like a toddler stealing money from his mom, but he runs and it happens all the time. It's just the eye test. It's the eyes.
I hear you. Well, that's a good hot take. His first start, he's going to get
3 touchdowns.
3 touchdowns.
If he does that,
who are you playing?
The Texans.
I don't know. Maybe 2.
Maybe
3's high.
Maybe. And
3's company.
And then we're playing in London the week after. So I'm how about 1 to Polk? Definitely 1 to Polk minimum, maybe 2.
Okay.
And say Hunter Henry the third or Hooper, tight end.
Okay.
Go Debo.
It would be great for my fantasy if it was like first and goal with the 5 and a shotgun. You'd throw it to Stevenson.
Oh yeah, I take that. Also, I think Bourne's slowly getting worked back into the what's the word I'm looking for?
Yep.
The shuffle.
Yep.
That's not the word I'm looking for. But
the fold.
Yeah.
Into the fold.
Yeah. He's getting worked back into the rotation. That's the word.
There you go. Into the mix.
Yep. But he's starting slow, but cool.
Okay. Fair enough.
I like that one.
There's your
Remember her earlier hot take was, I mean, I don't think it really worked out, but she said early in the season if Drake plays soonish,
you're gonna
make the playoffs. It might be a little late for that.
I
mean, that's me saying that, not her. She might feel differently.
I think you should have had the Seattle game, and you could have thrown Drake in at any point.
That's why
you could have been 3-2.
Sorry. Yes, that is why football is such a great sport because you literally look and you're like, this team could be 3-2. We should have beat the Dolphins. Yeah. We should have won the Seahawks, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Should have won that game. We could be 3-2, but nope, we're 1-4.
1-4.
Yep. It's just a game of inches.
1 touchdown in that last game. Yep. And you held them to 15 points.
Yeah, they could have won. They should have won that game. It's a game of inches. It is a game of inches. Of inches.
It doesn't matter if you win by an inch
or a mile
or a yard. Winning's winning.
Thanks, Vin Diesel.
Okay. You would think I knew this by now. I don't. Let's go to the week 6? Week 6 already.
Yeah, we're officially. Hey, did someone just fumble? That's what the ESPN just told me. He did.
Well,
wait.
Well, the Niners got the ball back very quickly.
So the Seahawks fumbled on the kickoff, on the ensuing kickoff.
That's so embarrassing. So Debo scores, and then they get the ball back immediately.
Yep. Oh, that's a bummer. Throw to Debo again.
I could use some Mason points here.
Yeah.
In the cheese league.
Sorry, I know this is dead air. But now they're driving. They're right inside the red zone. There's your boy. Yeah. Okay, so first game so we got the Thursday night game. We've already talked about that. We both picked the 49ers. They're up 10-0.
Yes, sir.
Sunday 9:30 a.m. NFL Network. The Jacksonville London Jaguars are on the road to play the Chicago London Bears in Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
This pisses me off.
Me too.
For so many reasons, because next week they're going to be the home team.
Yep.
They play in London twice every year now.
Yeah.
But yet, this is Chicago's home game.
Yep.
This is bullshit. Yep. And you know what? Just because of it, I'm picking the Bears. I hope they travel well. Bears over the Jags.
Yeah. I want to say Jags because I feel like they're coming out of the doldrums. That's 2 games in a row. They've played pretty well. I'm going to take the Jags.
I like it. I don't really, but Chicago by 1 too. I might as well flip a coin there.
But the Patriots have a lot of fans in London because as the NFL, they were the team as the NFL got bigger over there, so they have a lot of fans. That's probably going to be a home game for them. Okay. Then next we got the Arizona. Okay, then we go to 1 o'clock on Fox. We got the 2 and 3 Arizona Cardinals traveling to the 3 and 2 Green Bay Packers. Packers are by 4.5. Taking the Packers. I think the Cardinals was a fluke, a division win, not happening again.
Agreed. Give me the Pack attack at home. I like it.
Yeah. weather is going to be 52 degrees, maybe a little rain, according to AccuWeather. Then we got the 1 o'clock on CBS, the Indianapolis Colts 2-3 traveling to the 1-3 Titans. Looks like Richardson's playing, so I'm taking the Titans. That's literally just going to be my decision for the rest of the year when it comes to the Colts.
I think the Titans at home should win this. Colts, they put up a lot of points, but again, Richardson's coming back. They put up a lot of points and lost to the Jags. I feel like they're bumming right now. I'm
officially on the AR hate train.
That's fair, but you know what? If the Titans lose this one, I am officially on the Titan hate train. So,
then 1 o'clock back on CBS. We've been on Fox for what feels so. We started the season on CBS.
Yeah,
and then we were Fox to Thursday Night Football. Fox.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to be back on CBS. I do not enjoy the Fox.
Oh, broadcast. See, I'm the opposite.
It's because for the longest time, AFC was CBS.
Right.
And it changed recently where now it doesn't really matter, but you've probably been so used to the Fox.
Yeah, so I like the Fox. Yeah. CBS to me is more like professional. I just get I just get that vibe that it's more like, oh, classic football. Fox to me is more like cooler.
Much cooler. Like Married with Children. Like that was like their program when they first came out.
They're the cooler program.
Yeah. I gotta say, speaking of the broadcast, how much it hurts or helps a sport, TBS baseball is terrible.
Really?
Bob Costas is the most boring play-by-play I've ever heard in my life.
Does he full-time do it? Or is this playoffs?
It's just playoffs.
Playoffs, yeah.
He makes me want to fall asleep. He's really bad. Stanton hit a go-ahead home run in the top of the 8th, and he's just like, and it's gone. All right, Bob.
There it goes.
Yeah, it's not great.
I get a vibe from him because I've seen him in documentaries.
Yeah, he always comes across as like a little
pretentious.
You want to talk about like the baseball.
Yeah.
Baseball. That's that.
What does he do? I just get that a little pretentious vibe.
Yeah, absolutely.
From Bob Costas.
Like I'm too smart to be calling this baseball game.
That's why it's just so blasé for me.
Yeah.
There it goes. He hits a home run.
Yeah. Go back to the Olympics. Be bad there too.
Fuck off.
Idiot.
All right, I'm picking the Texans.
Yeah, me too. Jessica's picking the Patriots.
You're picking the Texans?
Oh, I'm picking the Texans. As much as I would love I picked the Patriots 2 weeks in a row. So
sure, I get it.
They do have a very good defensive line. So we'll see what happens. I'm very curious. I will go with the Texans, but let's say here's what I'll say. Texans will win, but the Patriots will cover 6.5.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I think you'll see some life out of.
Yeah.
Listen, if it's me, I'd rather be 1-4 starting the kid than 1-4 starting a vet, because that's like, what would you start him for if you're 1-4 anyway?
What are we doing?
What are we doing?
What are we doing? Anywho,
right.
Have you watched any of that Starting Five documentary, the basketball one on Netflix?
I saw that it dropped. I haven't yet.
Yeah, me either. I was
that conversation went nowhere.
No, maybe we'll talk about that later when basketball season kicks off. I did watch some of the preseason.
I did watch the Hernandez.
You did? I had no idea you were watching that.
Wait, have you not watched it?
No, I haven't watched it at all.
Oh,
I think we might get around to it when, like you said,
they're not all out yet.
Yeah, when it all comes out. I'm just so used to that now. Like
it's a lot of emphasis in one area of his life.
Mm-hmm. That isn't even like, I know what you're talking about.
It's more than I thought, and it's more than I thought. But it's also I didn't realize potentially how big of an impact it was in his life.
Yep.
I didn't know how prevalent it was.
Right.
But the way they're positioning this show is almost like that is the underlying thing that is fucking up his head.
Gotcha.
So you just have to watch it.
Yeah. We watched the same people who made the OJ one a couple years ago. We watched that.
Was that the one with Cuba?
Yes.
That one was really good.
Yeah, we enjoyed that. So we'll get around to it. But it's like, because we lived it, like I remember where I was. I was at the Carousel Industries like gym in the office.
Yeah.
Literally doing like sit-ups when the 98.5 Sports Hub breaking news broke that he was arrested. Like I remember it. It's
the T-shirt on with
it's crazy. Yeah, it's nuts.
Didn't seem like that long ago. Yeah, we were watching a show about it.
Yeah, we saw it all. It's weird. And it's just weird, wild
and crazy.
Yeah, so I'll get around to watching that in the starting five, starring Jason Tatum. The Celtics have one coming out on Max as well from last season. So a lot of cameras following them around.
Yeah.
And I did watch some of the preseason games against Denver.
Surely.
Okay, back to it. We got the Tampa Bakers traveling to the 3-2 Bakers traveling to the Saints 2-3. Bakers are 3.5-point favorites. Taking the Bucks.
Excuse me. I am too. I don't know if this would. It might have changed if it was Carr playing. Maybe because they're at home.
Yeah, Saints are starting to spiral.
Right.
And this is the Rattlers playing this one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me the Bucks.
Yeah.
Close game.
I might come back to this one as my money pick. I got to see what else is out there. Bless you.
Excuse me.
You are excused.
All right.
Yeah, I'll let you know about that one. Then at 1 o'clock on Fox, we got the Cleveland Browns traveling. The 1-4 Cleveland Browns. My God. Browns.
The Blouses.
Traveling to the 2-2 Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles with the biggest spread of the week at 9.5. I think the Browns are in a complete free-for-all. I'm taking the Eagles.
I'm going to take the Eagles too, but I honestly, I'm not sold on them getting 9.5.
Oh, no?
To anybody.
Whoa.
You think so?
No, I think you're
9.5 to anybody.
They are coming off a bye. I don't know if that is.
They're at home. The Browns are dead in the water. They are dead in the water.
Yep.
Should have kept Flacco.
I agree. Then 1 o'clock, your Washington Salamander Commanders 4-1.
Hey.
Leading the division, right?
Yes, sir.
Traveling to the 3-2 Baltimore Ravens. My Super Bowl pick. Ravens are 6.5-point favorites.
This is a big game for the DMV.
This might be the biggest game of the year so far in the entire NFL.
This is a big one. It's big because of Jaden gets a lot of comparisons to Lamar, which I don't really see it as much.
Yep.
But it's also like the DMV area. This is big. It's not a rivalry. We play them in the preseason, but it's because it's Baltimore. We play in Maryland.
I don't know. That's curious. And this might be too long ago for you to remember because it was like 90. When did the Baltimore move in? 97, 98. We must have been children.
Baltimore? Mm-hmm. The Ravens?
Yeah.
96?
Yeah.
I thought it was 96.
Yeah.
Maybe it was 97.
Like, I wonder how that was because the Redskins owned that area and they were still only a few years removed of a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And they owned that entire area. Was that like your dad might know better, but like, was that awkward when Baltimore moved in and maybe took some of their? Because I know, like in baseball, it's very hard. Like people don't want teams moving in because that's their shit.
Right.
So I'm curious. I'd like to talk to someone about that.
Yeah, there is a divide there. I don't know how much they stole. That's kind of like loserish, though. If you're gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna go follow this team now.
I always wonder, like, if you were in Baltimore at the time, were you a Redskins fan? Because there must have been like 40-year-old dudes who are Redskins fans, right?
Well, I mean, here's another example, right? If Rhode Island got a team, right? Well, I mean, would you not be a Patriots fan anymore? Because they're closer. Because in Rhode Island, they play in Foxborough, technically a state over.
No, I don't think so. But it's kind of like when the Giants were the home team. Like my dad was a Giants fan as a very young
back in the
boy,
day, yeah.
And then the Patriots existed, and he became a Patriots fan. That's a little bit different.
I think New York to Mass is a little bit different, also because you're in Rhode Island, so it's maybe different.
Yeah, it's only an hour drive, 58 minutes, Baltimore to DC.
Yeah, that
is wild
for the area. This is a big game, and it's Lamar.
Yeah,
and MVP versus Jaden.
And I'm always fascinated by the history of just like this kind of stuff, like Bob Costas might be, and I'm just
dork.
I would love to talk to I'd be curious. So my aunt lives in the Baltimore area, and she's like started adopting the Ravens a little bit. Like she's a Patriots fan. But she's there, so she you become like you get soaked into it. So
never happened to me, but
No. I should ask. I guess I could ask Jessica's father now that I'm thinking about it. But he was in Virginia, so He was up here by that time. Sorry, I'm just curious.
No, yeah.
I'm just really curious.
I'm sure that happened because if you were the only team from you got to figure than before Baltimore, I mean, the closest team must have been Philly, right?
Yeah, because then a team moves literally an hour away.
Right.
Like it's interesting. It's very interesting. Baltimore did have a CFL team, funnily enough.
Really?
Yep.
Damn.
I think that's how they realized that there was like a
market to bring it back.
Yeah. So
I'm sure.
And they also lost the Colts. That's right. They did lose the Colts a long time ago, so maybe there was some fans left over from that. So it's very interesting. Very interesting. Anywho, who you got?
I'm picking my Redskins, baby.
Yep.
Over the Ravens.
I am picking my Super Bowl pick, the Baltimore Ravens, but I'm picking the Commanders to cover.
You think this is a shootout, or is this going to be like a dud?
Yeah. I would take the over, although that over is 51 and a half. That's a lot of points.
Because I think the Ravens are either second or third in scoring. We're number one right now.
Yeah.
So it's...
Or it could be one of those games where it's 13-10.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Sometimes, matchups, I mean, it happens in the UFC all the time, too.
And I can see Jaden, and this is not a knock on him, but I could see him just throwing up an absolute stinker. Like a rookie stinker. Just 4 interceptions. It's about to happen. You know?
It could.
Maybe this game. So, I'll take the Ravens.
Yeah.
Then, moving to the 4 o'clock game in CBS, we have a riveting interdivisional battle between the Los Angeles Chargers versus the Denver Broncos. Chargers are 3-point favorites. I think they're both stupid and bad. And also, I mean, the Chargers are coming off the bye.
Is Herb's playing?
He is playing. Yeah. I guess he's had some time to heal, but I'm taking the Broncos because they're at home. So one of those.
It's a toss-up. I'll take the Chargers at least to be different here. But,
Close.
Yeah, I mean... But Denver's, I mean... They're not... They're winning. They're 3-2.
Yeah, playing good defense.
So, I mean, I don't know. They could win this game, especially at home.
Uh-oh.
No. He's walking fine, though. Maybe it's just something not crazy.
Good, Nindo. This is, if you think about it, because Eli Mitchell is on season-ending IR. CMC's hurt. Mason's going to the back. This is their 4th running back.
Yikes.
Touchdown.
Stop it.
That was not great.
Stop it.
Next on the waiver wire. I'm getting him before you do. Oh, boy. Okay, sorry.
You're going to be last on the waiver wire. You're 5-0.
Well, I haven't picked any. I don't think I've used a single waiver wire pickup yet.
Yeah.
I'll trade him to you.
No, I'm good.
I'll take...
Give me Whoa Baby Mason, baby.
Sorry. So, yeah, I got the Broncos. You took the Chargers. Next, at 4 o'clock, we got the 3-2 Steelers traveling to the 2-3 Raiders. Pittsburgh is 3-point favorites. What do you got?
You can change the quarterback, but it doesn't change the fact that your coach looks at thoughts on Instagram. The Steelers take this one in Vegas, baby.
Yeah, Aiden O'Connell, I don't think is coming to save anyone. I'm going with the Steelers.
I asked Alex this because he's a Raiders fan. I said, what do you think? I think he's more in favor, even before the season, of starting O'Connell. I just don't know what did you see that he would be better than Minshew? I mean, I could be wrong. I saw an offense that just didn't score. They didn't do nothing. I guess they're not doing much with Minshew either, but.
I just think with Minshew, it's what you're going to get. You know it.
1,000 yards, 4 touchdowns, 5 picks.
Yeah.
That's exactly what you would expect.
But O'Connell, there's a little bit of
mystery
unknown there. Yeah. He could be amazing. Probably bad. But he could be amazing. With Minshew, you know what it is.
I don't think amazing is going to be a stretch there, but
yeah, I think so too.
Raiders.
I don't even know. I don't know who their offensive. I agree with you. I'm taking the Steelers.
There's a lot of fucking close spreads. If you look at the last 2 games, the next one, and then the last 2, there's some close spreads.
Yep. Moving to what's probably going to be the game of the week on Fox. We got the Detroit Lions 3-1 traveling to the 3-2 Cowboys. Lions by 3. If you remember, they played at the end of the regular season last year, and there was a lot of controversy at the end of that game.
I was surprised that Bleacher, I think it was Bleacher, had everybody pick the Lions. I think this is like a little bit of a trap. Picking Dallas at home. I hope that the Lions win, but I think that I was just surprised. I just saw this yesterday, and I was like, really? Everybody's picking the Lions?
I am going to go with America's team, the Detroit Lions.
Thank you. Thank you. That makes me feel so much better. America's team. Who fucking voted on that?
Not me. I did not get a ballot.
I didn't either.
Nope.
Last time I checked, the natives were here first. So it should have been the Redskins.
That's a fair point.
There's another thing that they stole from us.
Or the Patriots, the red, white, and blue team, should be America's team.
You guys came too late. You guys didn't show up till like 1960. Motherfuckers, we were already been playing for like 30 years.
Oh, God. Then we have at 4:25 on Fox, the 3-2 Falcons traveling to the 1-4 Panthers. Falcons by 6 points. I'm taking the Falcons, but I could see the Panthers covering that.
No, I don't think so. But I'm going to pick the Falcons.
You have to be so rude about it.
I don't think so. But I'll pick the Falcons.
Tickets are so cheap to the
fucking
Cowboys.
$33.
Yeah, the Cowboys game right
34.
above it too. But then the Raiders game, $244. Probably because it's all like tourists and stuff.
Vegas, right? Yeah.
Your game is expensive too.
Well,
then on NBC 8:20 at NBC and Peacock, we got the Cincinnati Bengals, 3.5 point favorites, traveling to the 2-3. I almost said Dallas Giants. I think when we record on Thursday, it's more towards the end of the week. I'm just like I'm more tired. Like I usually feel pretty good on Mondays. Thursday, I'm starting to decline. So I'm taking the Bengals in this game. I do think there's still some life there, but
not only that, I think they embarrassed the Giants at home. 3.5, I would take that all day. That might be, hey, you want to throw in a little parlay?
Is that the Joe's money pick?
I say Bengals and Bengals cover. Take the points there with the Bengals. 3.5.
Yeah.
I think they put up 38 over the fucking Ravens.
Here's what we'll do.
All right,
Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take the Bengals to cover.
Okay.
And then we can take, what was the one that I said come back to?
Yep.
What the hell was
it? The Bucks and Saints?
The Bucks. That's our MOJO parlay of the week. Money parlay of the week.
You're picking the Bucks to cover as well?
Oh, yeah.
So 2 3.5 point spreads.
Oh, yeah.
All day.
Easy.
Against a rookie. And again, yes. I know the Giants are at home. Bengals are 1-4. Burrow has played a lot better in the last few weeks. He played pretty good against us too. Their defense is just sus.
Yep.
Where's their DC over there?
Where?
Cincy.
I have no idea.
That could be the Saleh. I think you said that. Saleh go in there?
Mm-hmm.
Game changer.
Yes, sir. Or you'll go back to the 49ers. I don't even know who their guy is right now. So I'm trying to find these games, but I can find them later. Righty, and then that's Sunday Night Football. It's always fun to put a little cheddar on the primetime game.
Yeah.
And then Monday Night Football, which should be an interesting game, 8:15 on ESPN, not ESPN Plus, just ESPN. We have the 3-2 Buffalo Bills, who are two losses in a row, third road game in a row. This is a bit of a stretch for them.
Yeah.
To the 2-3 New York Jets with a new interim head coach and a new offensive play caller who was terrible for the Titans as well, I should point out. Are they going to get that new head coach bump?
I'm, again, shocked that the spread is this low.
Yeah.
What do they know? Not only that, the Bills put up big points last week, and the total's 40.5 with a spread of 2.5. What do they know? This is after the firing, the demotion, and all this shit. How do you think this is going to shake out? If the Jets win this one, I'd be shocked. Absolutely shocked.
I would be, but I wouldn't be because that spread is so low, so it tells me that they know something.
They know something, but I'm going to still take the Bills.
There's a head coach bump that happens, and I'm going to take the Bills too. And if if the Bills screw me for the third week in a row, I will not be taking them again for a while.
I could see the bump happening if they were playing another team that was cuspy.
Yep.
the
crispy.
Bills. Crispy. The Bills are the rightful New York team, and I will take them.
The only team that plays in the state of New York.
Listen, I feel semi-confident on some of these games. But every week, it's like, there's a couple games where I'm like, I could go the other way. And I'm like 500. Now I'm under 500. So it's like, which one of these games is going to screw me here?
I know. That one there, I think, could be.
It could.
Yeah.
It's a division game, and they're at home. I get it. And Rodgers is probably going to be souped because Saleh's gone. He's going to throw for 5 touchdowns.
Oh, shit.
Anyway, that is the week.
Oh, and there's 4 teams on bye: are the Chiefs, Rams, Dolphins, and Vikings. Dolphins are so happy they're on bye right now. They needed that.
A fall from grace.
Yep, and there are 2 5-0 teams in the Rams.
That's crazy. The Vikings 5-0. You look at the Vikings at 5-0 and the Chiefs at 5-0, and to me, it's like, which one's sustainable?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yep.
Not that the Chiefs or Vikings needed a bye, but I actually think our bye is like week 14 or something. It's late.
Yeah, we have a late one too. Yeah, we don't even have one after London, which is not this week. The week after, so
that's solid.
Not great.
All right, that was the week that was.
That will be.
The week that was and the week that will be. This is week 7. This is episode 7 of the MOJO show.
Season 2. We're back on track. Look at that. We have so many rough weeks in a row, and then it's like, oh, the season comes back. We're here.
We're here.
Cooking. We're cooking with gas. We'll see what happens when the holidays and the Thursday Night Football show up.
Oh,
Christmas is a Wednesday this year.
Oof, all right, so we got to do that one early. That's okay. It's the next 2. I'm good. Then it's Halloween. You're not going to be good anyway. And then 2 weeks after that is
Thursday Night Football.
And then the week after that is Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
The week after.
So we get a couple good weeks coming up.
Or there's a week in between. Thanksgiving's late this year, I feel like.
That sounds right.
I don't know.
Could be.
I think there's a week in between. But yeah, anyway, if we don't do this, we'll do it weekly anyway.
And one of those weeks, the week before Thanksgiving, we'll be at the game for the New England Pat Riots. So we'll have an on-the-field report. November 17th, right?
Yes. So the Thursday before that?
I don't know anything.
So a few days before that, which is like the 14th or something. That's the week that we're playing
Thursday, that's right. Yes, I remember that now. Okay.
And then 2 weeks later, I think or the next week or 2 weeks later is Thanksgiving. Yep. Anyway, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll be there. We'll be here. We'll be here.
Weekly episodes will be out at some point. But right now, we're sticking to Thursdays. They're out by Friday.
Yep.
We're on all the audio platforms.
Yep.
Share this video with 6 people that you like, 2 family members, and 9 people that you hate.
10 people that you hate.
10. Round it up to 10. See you next week.
Include me on there because I'm definitely one of those people. Thank you. Bye.